In this video, we shall see the settings done in Compleo Designer and the role it plays in Compleo Console. The Form Review tab in Compleo Console allows you to validate the data of a file. The rules of validation are controlled and determined from settings done in Compleo Designer, processed and monitored through Compleo Supervisor. For enabling Form Review settings, click the root node and on the three dots icon for Use Form Review. A settings window opens. Click on the Use Form Review checkbox. The scenarios in which the file will be sent for form review for validation are determined by these two settings. Clicking Always will send data from the files for validation in all scenarios, while selecting the If the review of an element is needed option will send files for validation and review only in certain scenarios. These conditions are defined from the child element properties. You will also need to select an input file and choose a model with the help of the drop-down list that will be used to process the data. Let us now check settings in Compleo Designer and how the fields will appear in Compleo Console. For easier understanding, we shall make all changes for the purchase order number, seller name, and date field only. The condition display in form review determines the field names that would be sent for validation in the form reviewer. In this case, only the seller name field is selected as yes. You will notice that only seller name field is visible in the form reviewer. Remember, if all the fields are selected as no, the data will not be sent for validation. The display name of the field determines the name that will be reflected when the file is sent for review. For example, if the display name of the purchase order number field is changed to PO number in Compleo Designer, then the element name will be displayed as PO number here. The element type condition classifies the fields into three categories: text, date, and numeric. For each of the categories, a particular set of allowed rules and characters can be defined for accurate validation of fields. The text element type is used for fields with letter characters such as seller names, addresses, product names, etc. The numeric field is used for fields like product codes and serial numbers, while the date field can be used for fields like delivery date, document date, invoice date, etc. The condition review if format not respected ensures that the value of the field, in this case, the seller name field, is highlighted when sent for review if its values are not according to the format allowed. Let us see with help of an example. The seller name field is a text field, which means that it allows space, carriage return, special characters, etc. apart from the alphabets A to Z in lower and upper cases as its value. If the checkbox for format not respected is selected, the icon on the field prompts that the format is not valid as per allowed conditions. In this case, the allowed characters are selected as alphabets in uppercase only. However, the field also has some characters in lowercase. This is the reason the field is highlighted in red with exclamation mark showing the allowed characters the field should be in. To allow the seller names in the way mentioned in the document, select the checkbox for lowercase and uppercase alphabets and other characters and space characters. In form review, you will notice that since all the conditions are met, the field turns green. The similar case is valid for numeric and date formats as well. The option Review if value is not in the list validates if the field value matches the value in the list from the SAP database. On selecting the option as Yes, the field will be highlighted for Need to Review if the form recognizer is unable to fetch details. In case no is selected, the field will not be highlighted as in need of review. Please note that this option is available only if the SAP table query is selected as the value type and variable is inserted. The Review if low confidence option indicates the confidence value of the selected field. In case of selecting the Yes option from the drop-down text, the confidence score lower than the threshold value will be indicated and highlighted in orange with a tooltip recommending a review for the said field. In this case, selecting No, the low confidence score will be indicated in green. The Review if value not empty field allows a user to validate a file even if the value field is empty. Let us see with help of an example. In this case, the settings are selected as No. In FormReviewer, you will notice that an empty field is accepted and there is no alerts regarding it being empty. At the same time, if the option is selected as Yes from the drop-down list, the fields provide a tooltip recommending the user to insert the proper value to the field. However, it is not mandatory and the field can be approved or reviewed even if empty. If the option Empty Value Forbidden is selected from the drop-down text, then the tooltip will prompt that the value is empty and mandatory. Note that you will not be able to submit the file in such a case without entering some value. Let us now explore the feature which decides if a field can be allowed to be edited when a file is sent for review. The Is Editable condition helps you define that. Let us set the condition as No. When you open the document and try to fill the fields, if empty, or edit the existing field, it does not allow changes. Similarly, if you choose Yes from the drop-down, the fields are editable irrespective of the need for editing. In case of selecting the If Review Needed option, then the field will be editable only if changes are recommended. The editing may be required in case the recognized data has low confidence, field is empty and prohibited, or if some characters like special signs, spaces, etc. have not been recognized. The reviewed data and its status can be checked by Compleo Supervisor. To enable sending data for monitoring, select Yes from the drop-down list for the condition count in statistics. If No is selected, the data will not be sent to the statistics report for the selected file. If the confidence type is custom, we can define the confidence value of the field. The threshold value set defines if the confidence value should be highlighted for the user or not. Let us check this with help of an example. In the settings, let us set the confidence value of the field as 27 or 0.27. The threshold is set at 30%. When the file is sent for review, the confidence value will be highlighted as it's lower than the threshold level. We hope this helped you understand the settings and its effect on the documents sent for review. Thank you.